The Shedeur Sanders Cleveland Browns experiment is getting interesting once again. So it's no secret what happened in the draft process. It's no secret what's happening right now. If you haven't been following along, basically in his Cleveland camp so far in training camp, he has gotten little to basically zero, if not completely zero reps with the first team, especially of late. Now, week one, the preseason is here, and both Kenny Pickett and I believe Dylan Gabriel are both hurt, and Joe Flacco is basically the starter at this point for week one of the regular season, so he's not going to be playing. So Shedeur is going to be QB1, and they also signed Tyler Huntley off basically the street. So there's that. So now there's like 5-6 quarterbacks on the depth chart. So this is great news for Shedeur because he now gets an opportunity to show the world what he can do. And a lot of people are already going to be negative on that. Well, this Panthers are not going to have their stars out, or if they do, it will be for like a drive or two. That doesn't matter because the way people are making Shedeur Sanders sound, ever since he dropped to the 5th round in the draft, was that he was some bum that couldn't play football at all, right? So if that's true, if that's the same energy we're keeping with, then he shouldn't be able to compete in the preseason at all. The way people killed Bronny James because he was struggling in summer league and all that stuff, that's how Shedeur Sanders should be playing. I don't think he'll play like that. I think he'll go out there and play decently well. Now, here's the thing. If Cleveland is going to go out there with their 1s and 2s, or at least their 1s to begin a drive or two, and Shedeur out here looking rusty, is because he's gotten no repetitions with this first squad, right? It's been Joe Flacco, it's been Kenny Pickett, maybe someone Dylan Gabriel, I'm not sure about that one, but definitely Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco. The Cleveland Browns are going out of their way to make this young man suffer for whatever reason. And it's not even like they were forced to pick him. They picked him. And you have the GM and owner just out here publicly basically saying they didn't even want the kid, or was this person's pick not my pick, or was that person's pick not my pick, to the media, and he's forced to go up there and be professional, which he is, and say, hey, it doesn't matter what's happening. The only thing I can control is my play. That's all I can control, right? I can't control how much I'll play. I can't control where I'll play. All I can control is when I get the opportunity to step on the field, be it practice or in the live game, I can control that, right? That's all you can control, and that's the truth. And now he's getting an opportunity. It's funny how the universe, how God works, right? The Cleveland Browns, the NFL went out of the way to shun this young man, to make him irrelevant. And somehow, some way, he still found his way onto the field as a starting quarterback. If nothing else, this one game. And it sucks that this one game is so important to him because if nothing else, it's going to be tape that the Browns can use to trade him to another team, probably the Saints. I heard some very bad things out of their camp for their quarterback pick. But Shedeur has the opportunity of nothing else to shut up the haters and hopefully gain some reps with the ones outside of this week. Their game is Friday. He's been named starter today. We'll see if in 2 days he can get something together, some chemistry with Jerry Jeudy in them, and at least if it's even for one drive or 2 drives, hopefully he'll have enough chemistry to make the drives count because every drive will count for him. I'm really excited for this young man. I do think he's a great prospect. I do not believe any of the negative things they've been saying about him in terms of play because I saw him his entire college career, and I've seen way worse people. In fact, way worse people got drafted ahead of him. His teammate was a Heisman winner. Travis Hunter may be a receiver and a cornerback, but he is not a quarterback. He did not throw the ball to himself to gain all those yards and be part of the Heisman race to ultimately win the Heisman. Shedeur got him the ball for at least, 3 or 4 years of the college career together because they're at Jackson State together as well. So to sit here and pretend like Travis Hunter just threw himself the football is ridiculous. Shedeur had to get him the ball. And again, I've watched damn near every single game when he was at Colorado, and I watched over half his games at Jackson State. This is not a kid that just suddenly forgot how to play football. He's going to be just fine, if not in Cleveland, somewhere else. But I am very excited to see him week 1. I'm very pissed that the Browns are basically using him as a sideshow to gain new fans and sell merch, because that's what Shedeur does, and that's what they're using him for. And it sucks. It's great for him to have this opportunity. I just hope it is a genuine opportunity. I hope the Browns give him what he needs to succeed. Like any other quarterback would get the same treatment. Hey, we want you to succeed because we want to win, regardless if it's a preseason game or not. Right? If for a winning organization, the Browns is not they've never been a winning organization. So this is one of those situations. We'll see. We'll see how they treat Shedeur. But like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts. Are you going to be watching the Browns versus Panthers game? I believe the Browns and Panthers have a joint practice on Wednesday or Thursday, and Shedeur will be getting reps with the ones during that joint practice. So the results of that joint practice will give us a pretty good indicator on his chemistry with them and how he'll hopefully probably look, even though he'll have 2 days more, or at least 2 days to prepare against them in a full-on game where everyone's trying to kill each other. So we'll see. See you on the next one. Peace.